Hello everybody, welcome back to Artist Archives. My name is Nikki. I'm an actress, a writer and an academic, and I'm going to take you along a few moments today, honestly, to motivate myself to be productive, because I have done nothing today and it's midday, okay? And I've honestly been feeling overwhelmed by the sheer amount of creative things I could work on today. Like, I could work on so many different things, and I have also many little to-do lists to do and a work meeting and just so many things. And I was like, if I pick up the camera, we have a bit of accountability, okay? So I've made a massive list of all the things the other day, and I've just been working slowly through all the things on that brain dump list because there are so many. I will talk you through a few of them. Someone asked me if I wanted to act in a rehearsed reading of their new play, and I said yes, but I haven't actually read the play, so I want to sit down and read the play because realistically they offered me this part and I want to read through the play and just make sure that I like the part and it's a part that I want to read for and all of that good stuff. I'm working on a play, and it's been a very interesting process, this play. Some parts have been very easy to write and some parts and I think I need to keep going, basically, because I reread through it the other day and I was like, oh, I actually really love this, but some parts of the process have just been so long and just frustrating, to be perfectly honest. So I just keep putting it off, but I shouldn't. And when I reread it, it reminded me of a play that I had watched a long time ago, because I think basically this play is connected to another play that I wrote, and in style they are similar tonally to this play here. So I decided to buy myself a copy the other day, just to, because I referenced something and I was like, oh, that reminds me of this play Lava. So I bought myself a copy and I started reading through it yesterday, and it's just nice to have inspiration when you read a play that is similar to your own. I've had a previous play of mine be compared quite a bit to this writer, so stylistically there's clearly some overlap there. And I had another round of feedback on my screenplay, and probably before we continue this vlog, I'll take you back to yesterday. So I had a meeting with a friend and she gave me some good feedback, so I kind of just need to digest all that feedback as well. Oh, and she sent me her pitch deck for something else, which I would like to look at. Let me add this to my list, yeah? Let me add this to my list. My ever-growing list that's currently pages and pages long. So good. So good. Let's put you here. Okay, whilst Past Nikki is adding things to her to-do list, Past Nikki is about to say hi. As you know, I have been documenting my journey writing my screenplay, my horror/thriller screenplay, and I am about to jump onto a call in about 5 minutes with a good friend of mine. Her name is Cherie. She has a channel here on YouTube. That's how we know each other. It's called A Screenwriter's Journey. I'll have it linked down below if you want to go and check out her videos. But yeah, I sent her the screenplay and she made notes, and I'm nervous. That's it. That's the introduction. That's it. We're about to jump on a call. I'm feeling nervous because, well, okay, first of all, I think it's normal to feel, you know, some type of way when you're about to get feedback, right? Like, that's normal. Layered on top of that, I'm so nervous. I feel like for example, with playwriting, I've been doing that for so long that it's not that I never get nervous getting feedback, but it's like I'm probably more excited than nervous, to be perfectly honest. Like, it's like I've almost been doing it for so long that I can predict what people are going to say in their feedback. Like, it's things that I know, right? With screenwriting, I honestly feel like she could come up to me and say something that I had, like, was a blind spot, right? Which is good and which is great. And what do you call it? Like a bleach mark? It's not dirty, it's bleach, I promise. Okay, this is freshly washed. What else was I gonna say? Oh, and also I know she has a lot of notes, so I'm like, in my brain, I convince myself that she hates it. I'm praying she doesn't. But yeah, that's kind of how I'm currently feeling. But I'm also more than that, now that I'm talking, I am excited because we've never spoken in real time before, and I think this is really nice. It's like a proper, it's like a first meeting, the first time you meet a friend, a pen pal, a YouTube pal.
Your story, and I think that's one of the questions you had asked me. I think you will need to pick a genre. It's either horror or it's thriller. As I was, you could have got rid of the parent stuff. It doesn't enhance the story necessarily. But if you wanted to bring them in as more conflict characters, you can. That would be part of your rewrite to beef up their role and her relationship with them. And then in the first half of your script, you'd have to like have lots of stuff about them and what she's trying to fight against.
Yeah.
I was more interested in the school stuff. I just felt the parent stuff didn't really, and that's more of a drama thing. You know, it's just
yeah, that's true.
I'm like, how would she know what bottle to select?
You know what? That's such a good point. In an earlier draft, yes, and I've realized now as you're saying it, that's something that got cut, and now.
Hi everyone, it's Cherie from California.
Woo! She's been giving me really, really useful feedback. And it's what's your time in California at the moment? You said it's like 6 a.m.
It is 6:05 a.m.
Crazy. It's 2:05 for me, so crazy. Yeah. Thank you so much for your help. It was so useful.
You're welcome. All right, see you later.
Bye. All right, we finished the call maybe about 20 minutes ago. Honestly, so grateful to have these notes. Like, so, I don't know, it's just such a beautiful thing. I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, isn't it so beautiful that writers just rally around each other and just beta read each other's projects and give each other feedback and help each other out? Isn't that so, I don't know, it's just because we all know what it's like to work on a creative project, so it's like people are just very supportive, which is lovely. Okay, can we talk about the genre? I've accepted it, it's fine, I accept it, it's fine. So if you watched my previous video where I got feedback on this screenplay, this is a new version of the screenplay that I sent over to Cherie. But if you look at the previous version of the screenplay, I'm gonna say my cousin's name, I don't care. All right, her name is Lorna, I don't think she'll mind, okay? So I sent a previous version to Lorna, she gave me feedback, all right? And then she said, so Lorna said to me, I don't think that this follows enough conventions to fit into the horror category. I would label it a thriller, right? And then Cherie, who just read the script, was like, oh yeah, I would probably call it a thriller rather than a horror. And this entire time, if you've been watching me document a little bit about the journey with the screenplay, I have always called it a horror thriller. And I've always put horror first because I've been so determined that this would be a horror. Guys, I think it's a thriller. I think we have a thriller on our hands. Wherefore does it make sense? It makes sense because of the following reasons. My favorite genre of film is a psychological thriller, okay? This isn't a psychological thriller, but my favorite genre of movie is a psychological thriller. I love a thriller. I love a movie where I'm not entirely sure what is going on and I'm having to really unpack and think through things. I love films such as Shutter Island, for example, and I love horror thrillers and I love horrors that realistically are more thrillers. So for example, The Silence of the Lambs, I think is marketed a lot as a thriller horror. I don't find it scary. The concept is scary, but the actual execution is not scary. So I love films where the concept is scary, but the execution is not a horror, it's more of a thriller. It's like, there's a thrill. I love things like Silence of the Lambs, things even like Inception, things where I'm really having to think about things and solve puzzles and it's a little bit trippy and confusing. That's what I love. I don't love a conventional horror. I don't love horror that has to do with anything supernatural. So, you know, like The Conjuring or something like that. Absolutely not. But if your horror is more... If your horror is like a Midsummer, I did find that creepy and weird, but amazing, but really good. So that's the kind of horrors that I enjoy. So it makes sense that realistically I've written what I thought was a horror, or what I was trying very hard to label as a horror, but realistically tips more into thriller elements. Because the type of horrors I like are either the kind of heady psychological thrillers, or like a Black Swan psychological thriller, right? Was it called Black Swan? Yeah. Trying to think. Or growing up, I used to love. What did I used to love growing up? Growing up, I used to love violent horrors. So again, I can't do like a supernatural horror, but like a violent horror. You know, when I was like 15, I watched all the Saw movies, for example. Give me a horror thriller any day. Anyway, all that to say is I think we've written a thriller with horrifying aspects. And that's fine. Does anyone watch Alyssa in the Books? She is a YouTuber. And she recently made this video where she was like, yeah, I don't write thrillers, I write romances. And she was shook because she's been working on thrillers for years. And she's been documenting writing thrillers for years. And from the feedback she got recently, they were like, yeah, this is a romance with thrilling aspects. And she was like, you might be right. Anyway, at least, I mean, horror and thriller, like the line can be drawn a little loosely, you know. The line between them can be thin sometimes. So it's not like I'm like completely off the mark. But I just do find it funny that I've been really wanting to make this a horror. Okay, I've just had an epiphany. Whilst Nikki is having an epiphany, I'm going to take us back to the current day. We're going to start with 1 hour working on the play, because then at least I've done 1 hour on the play. And I've done something productive today. Okay. Yesterday I went out as well with a friend to this really cool... went out to two places. We went to like a kind of like a posh central London bar, and then to like a more dingy kind of like metal bar in Camden. But like, when I tell you, they put everything I like in one place. The entire menu was vegan, all the music was metal, and one of my favorite areas in London is Camden. Stylistically, the vibrant energy, love it. So I was like, wow, this is like all the things I love in one place. The theme was early 2000s emos, okay? So it was like dress up as you were in your childhood. And it was really funny seeing some of the outfits people had on. Dress, which I could wear with my leggings, which I wear all the time. This is what I mean. This fashion is just, these are my clothes. This is one of my favorite dresses and I don't get to wear it very often. So maybe I wear this. Okay, I am living my best emo life, but this is generally how I dress all the time, with the exception of this many rings. This many chunky rings anyway. Alright. Yanko. Oh yeah, like a proper one. Anyway, those are updates. Let us recommence the vlog. Recommence the vlog? I'm gonna write for 1 hour, okay.
I'm also querying as well, so I'm kind of going that trad pub route, so that's sort of what I make content about, and I'm working on draft 2. I just started draft 2 like yesterday of the thriller. It's like a dual POV. Main character is like very toxically positive at the beginning of the book, and so sort of the hook of the book is like, what happens when somebody who's super overly optimistic gets put into a situation like they're kidnapped or something like that. Like, what does that do to optimism and stuff? Damn. And so she, like, a lot of people call her sunshine. She wears a lot of yellow, and like when I made the board, it's a lot of like decaying sun.
Okay, that was an hour and that felt so productive. I'm really happy with that. Yay! Yes! Oh, I'm so happy. Because you could probably tell beforehand when I was talking about it, I was like, oh, some of it has just been so difficult. That was such a lovely, yeah, so much progress was made. I'm very happy. I'm going to get something to eat and then we'll have a look at the rest of this to-do list. It is quite a while later. We have some coffee and I thought I'd give you another creative update. You're just getting all the updates in this video. This is one mega video, okay? Number one, the last couple of vlogs I was showing you the progress of rereading my epic fantasy novel. I finished the rereads, that's the update. And yeah, I thought I'd just update you and let you know that I finished the rereads. Many pages of notes as I reread that book. And it was nice. It was nice. It was really nice revisiting that story. Do you want to see my latest obsession? Are you ready? Are you ready? The Murder Mystery Club puzzle book. Obsessed. So my friend bought this for me for my birthday present. And I feel so seen. So basically it's a puzzle book with a loose narrative and an overarching plot that you are solving alongside the puzzles. So for example, like, I mean, this one was like a Sudoku, but only using a few letters. This one looks really simple, and it was simple, but I think if you suck at Minesweeper, this one's a bit of a struggle. It's got like, yeah, like verbal reasoning, some sort of like mathematic ones. And I'm really enjoying it. It's so fun to kind of just do one or two little puzzles in the morning. I'm becoming I feel like, isn't that such a middle-aged thing of like, I do a crossword puzzle every morning. I'm having a great time. This is so fun. I feel so seen. To be fair, I do know this friend from a sort of like a game-based puzzle solving society, kind of. That side of my life. So it makes sense. But I feel so seen. This is a part of me that I feel like not everyone sees. So I just screaming, loving that. I just spent maybe half an hour watching various YouTube tutorials trying to figure out one very simple thing on Substack. This is how it's currently looking. The font is different. It's a light blue. I don't know how well it's showing up on this camera, but it's more of a light blue now instead of white, which was a little bit boring. And yeah, you can go check out all of these blog posts that I've written. I've got my podcast linked here, and I figured out how to use these tabs now, which is exciting. So trying to make it extra, I was like, yeah, I'm going to be really responsible and sit down for 30 minutes and like understand how to, no, 10 seconds on Reddit. That was it. That's all that was needed. Anyway, subscribe if you haven't already. I won't spam you. Just come and subscribe. I will not spam you, I promise. It is merely, should I say merely, is that the word? What it contains are reflections on art, faith, and the body. What is a little bit annoying is that I don't think I've crossed much off my to-do list, but I have had quite a productive day. But you know, sometimes you write things that are like major to-dos. It's like, finish this thing, and it's like, actually there's like many steps towards finishing the thing. So like maybe you've done the many steps but you haven't finished the thing yet. Anyway, I think I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna edit the video because it's kind of long. This is the mega video.